Welcome to the 2023 USCA AC National Championships. Tom and Loretta Cooper are the tournament directors, continuing the tradition started by Jeff and Eileen Sue, because this is no longer a one-person job. Johnny Mitchell is your tournament manager. Brian Hovis is on the video camera again, doing a great job. And I want to thank Chris Barley and Stuart Price for their generous sponsorship. We are now, as you probably know, the official YouTube channel of the USCA, which provides sponsorship as well. Get everything you need to know about croquet from the USCA. Check it out, sign up, and join our community. This is the upper half of the championship knockout bracket. You can see that Zack Watson breezed in the round of 16, had a great game with Shane Hetler. Tom Balding had a couple of dogfights. One was Sharif, and the second was Stephen Morgan, which we posted, and you can see from that the play was a little on the ragged side. So these two are now meeting for game one and the best 2 out of 3 in the semifinal. 3 of the 4 semifinalists are McGraw teammates, with the exception of Brian Cumming, who's playing Matthew Essick in the other semifinal. These guys have spent a lot of time together lately trying to hone their games and get better. Tom Balding has had a meteoric rise since he started playing AC in 2018, culminating in being on this year's McGraw team. He's ranked 4th in the U.S., 42nd in the world. Standard east boundary opening just north of hoop 4. Zack Watson has been playing AC since 2013. He's ranked 2nd in the U.S., 21st in the world. He has 1 national championship, doubles with Matthew Essick, I think, and is now a McGraw veteran as well. This is actually a perfect shot right between them. When you got a double like that, you rely on imperfections in either your swing or the lawn to make the ball swerve off and hit one of those two. He could have played here for the rush to corner 2 as well, picking up red. That way he could have left yellow at hoop 2, try to make 1 off red, and then join back up with black, with great pioneers at 1 and 2 if he didn't get hoop 1. This way he's going to get 1 hoop, but the leave may be a little trickier. Wiley's 4 humors and break building come to mind here. Aggressive, precision, and canny croquet. Canny, I think, means setting leaves that put the opponent in a box and give you break opportunities. He has a 4th humor called Monte Carlo, and you're going to see a lot of that in this game later on. And it looks like he's thinking of building a break on this turn no matter what. And so he ends up with subpar pioneers and gives red and yellow shorter shots than he might have. And he has to do more of a wide join because of it. You'll like to move the ball most useful to the opponent. Red's not much of a hoop 2 pioneer, though, so he's thinking about taking the shorter shot. But a miss at black here, for instance, would give blue the chance to get a good rush on black up to red and the possibility of getting a break going. So with that in mind, he decides not to press. Probably a good idea. And most of this audience probably knows that when you corner an AC, you put it outside the corner to minimize the chance that the opponent can get a corner cannon out of it. That's a good place to leave black, instead of leaving join back up. Tom is uber confident in his ability to get a break going, so he's going to put black out on the lawn and try to make hoop 2 off red. This approach is certainly aggressive and may even verge on Wiley's fourth break-building humor, which he describes but does not espouse, and calls Monte Carlo croquet, where you take huge chances without much concern about what you leave for the opponent. You get away with it occasionally and flabbergast your more conservative opponent, but long term, it's not a winning strategy. In order to pick up yellow out of corner 4, he would have preferred that red be a little bit better pioneer at hoop 4. But it doesn't matter. I talked to Tom about those short misses, and his swing has been going through some transitions, and thankfully he thinks he's got it fixed. Does he play blue or black? Croquet's black with blue. Blue can make hoop 4 and get going. If he shoots with black at blue and misses, those balls are right together for Zack to pick up for a leave. And if he misses this one, which he did, his balls are pretty far apart. Let's see what Zack can do with that. Looks like he doesn't think blue and black are close enough together to take priority over this rush he has to hoop 1. Wasn't great. And he could here go get the opponent balls and set a leave if he wanted to, pushing yellow down toward the boundary. He can always go get him after he makes hoop 1, but that was pretty far away and at right angles to the approach line to the hoop. So an aggressive roll-up, but it's a skill that the expert has to have and use judiciously. Since his yellow ball is so vulnerable out on the lawn, he probably ought to stop shot blue to hoop 2 as a pioneer and get close to yellow and be very precise about their relative positions. This is a Monte Carlo maneuver, and I cannot believe it. Talk about flabbergasting your opponent. So the moonshot paid off. Now he's got a ho-hum 4-ball break. He has to go pick up black, but that's a piece of cake for him. You certainly could wait till after hoop 5 to go pick up black in corner 1. But yellow is such a good pioneer at 5 that now's a good time to do it. And it's perfect because he can leave a pioneer at 2 back while he picks up black. He is leaving an opponent ball at 2 back, so he'll probably either swap it out for yellow after 5 or do a pivot swap after 1 back. It's probably here that he's deciding what leave to use. And he's about to embark on a totally desultory tactical exercise. Looks like a pretty standard diagonal spread because his back ball is on hoop 1. Up until right now, he could still do a standard diagonal. Again, because his back ball is on hoop 1. And it may be right there that he changed his mind, because black is glued to the peg. He's going to have trouble getting it wired from his balls on the east boundary. And he's now deciding to do a reverse diagonal, which I could not explain, nor could he when I asked him about it, honestly. But I think that black ball may have dictated it. I was trying to come up with some esoteric reason for doing this, because obviously Tom's blue clip is on hoop 4, so you leave the blue ball by its own hoop, which is a general principle in leaf making. But none of it really made any sense, and it was sort of a random choice. Maybe you do something crazy like this because it'll confuse the opponent. But I think the position of that black ball by the peg may have been what drove him to make this decision. Looking to see where to put blue so it only has a partial ball shot on black. In the previous round, in one of his games with Stephen Morgan, Tom Balding did this twice because his back ball was on hoop 3. And to save you having to go back and look at that, here again is the list from Chris Clark of what version of a diagonal spread should be played based on what hoop the striker ball is for. Black doesn't look to me to be rushable to hoop 1. So maybe what Tom should do is pick up blue, shoot at these two balls on the west boundary, and if he misses, Zack's chance of getting going is not very high, partly because he's on the wrong side of the lawn, and partly because he can't get to hoop 1 with black. Now, of course, black doesn't look particularly rushable to hoop 4 either, so if Tom picks up blue and hits, he'll have trouble getting going as well. Of course, the other reason he could be doing this is to confuse the hell out of me, and he has certainly succeeded. Ever on the offensive, Tom's playing black, his hoop 1 ball, because again, hitting one of these will give him a break. And now for some Monte Carlo croquet. It's not high percentage, but it sure is fun to watch. Now here, a lot of folks would just leave red there on the yard line, get a rush on blue to black in corner 2, drop off blue as a hoop 2 pioneer, try to get a rush on black to hoop 1, and get a break going that way. And if all you got was 2 excellent pioneers, you just come back to partner and start over again. But no, confident in his abilities or just in a hurry to get it over with, he's going to set up the triple peel now. He's going to put red out on the lawn where it's relatively vulnerable. He's got a rush to hoop 1, and he still has to dig black out of corner 2 in order to use red where it's sitting. It's at least aggressive, probably qualifies as Monte Carlo. Now this shot is aggressive, but it's not crazy. He's getting black far enough away from everything else that he's not giving up a lot to blue and black. And because the split is narrow, his chance of getting a hoop shot on 2 with yellow is halfway decent. And now, from what was an absolutely audacious beginning, he has segued into a pretty good chance at an on-time triple. Textbook four-back peel. This is precision croquet he's playing now. The AC grading site lists Zack as having done, I think, 87 triple peels since he started in 2013. Tom has done 36 since he started in 2018. Wiley suggests that in this situation he lead blue on this side of the hoop, on the west side, so it's easier to control how he's going to get the rush back north after he makes the hoop. Everybody wants to put it on the other side because that's the way we all learned. But there's nothing wrong with rushing it down the middle of the lawn instead of out by the east boundary. This rush on red to peeling position at penult is the same one you have to do to make a straight triple work. If you get lucky enough to get the penult peel done long while you go to black at hoop 5 and then back peel red through rover after you make 5, you have what Cotter or Solomon called a perfect triple. It's in Article 1 in Wiley. I couldn't find the precise quote just now. I saw George Cochran get this peel once at Mickey Huttenhoff's place, and we were all thrilled. I would love to get one on video. Despite the occasional Monte Carlo detour, Zack Watson can play some pretty good precision croquet. And be creative to boot. You got your back peel, your straight peel, your posthumous peel, your Irish peel. Because this is not red's hoop, this is a positional peel. Putting red in perfect position to peel Pinot. That's not what he wanted, but this is going to be cool. Because now he's going to have to use red as the three-back pioneer. Wiley, of course, covers the situation where Dilley is the three-back pioneer, but the best I've seen about this is by Patty Chapman and Beyond Expert Croquet. He would have Zack knock black loose from the hoop and then drop it down about halfway between rover and the peg. Then he would go to red, make three back, and position red so that he could rush it back into peeling position at rover, peel rover, and then use black as an escape ball to get down to four back. It really does work. I've actually done it, but only in practice. Double loading three back is the natural thing to do here because it makes it easier to keep the break intact, but instead of getting the rover peel after three back, you have to wait and do it straight at the end. He's not going to ask for advice, but because these guys represent their country, they're doing their best to help each other get better, and they're probably talking over what he should do. He probably wants to position red at rover now, but the accidental Croquet on black means he could put black at rover, rush red to four back, and then rush red back to rover after four back using black as an escape ball to get back to penultimate. I'm not sure I wouldn't rather position red at rover from four back than from here. But he'll make it work. When you position a peelee at its hoop, it's not a good idea to put it right on the approach line to the hoop, because when you croquet, you're going to move it. I don't think he meant to move it quite that far, but 3 or 4 inches off the approach line would have been great. So in game 1 of their semifinal match, Zack Watson is going to take Tom Balding 26-3. Maybe the most audacious triple peeling turn I've ever seen. Starting from a wrong-sided diagonal spread, and then exhibiting Monte Carlo aggressive and some precision croquet a la Wiley's 4 humours. He gets it done. Neither player had enough patience for any canny croquet in this game. We don't have the second game. Zack won that one 26-0 with a triple peel to put him in the finals of the U.S. Nationals 2023. So give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll put up the other semifinal first and then the finals. As always, many thanks to the USCA, to Chris Barley and Stuart Price for their generous sponsorship. I know we're going to get comments on this one. Don't hold back. And here's the view of the eastern half of the NCC from the second floor of the clubhouse.